Welcome to Grand Strand, everybody. My name is Greg Rolls, and today we're visiting with a company that has helped so many up and down the Grand Strand when it comes to fire, water restoration, and mold mediation. We'll get more into that in just a moment. Right now we're visiting with Jennifer, and Jennifer, for folks that don't know anything about the company, how long has the company been here on the Grand Strand?
Well, we've been here for 16 years. Tony Brumfield, one of the owners, started the company actually 16 years ago. And Steve Kahn is the other owner, and he came on board about 5.5, 6 years ago. So they're both Myrtle Beach natives, and we focus on Warren and Georgetown counties.
Now, for folks out there that have had some sort of water damage in their house, fire damage, what are those first steps that they're going to do when they call you?
Well, when someone contacts us, first of all, we give them the peace of mind, knowing that we're going to be there to assist them from beginning to end with whatever may have happened to them, whether it's water loss, fire damage, or mold damage. And in most cases, we work with the insurance agency. Sometimes it's with the agents, sometimes it's with the insurance adjusters themselves, or even the property managers or homeowners association.
And I think it's important for your clients out there to know that you're not going to get just anybody. The owners of the company are on call 24 hours a day. They have units in their house. They have blowers in their house. They will bring them out to you if they need to be.
Yeah, and that's what's very important. I think sets our company apart from a lot of others in the area is the fact that the two owners, Steve Kahn and Tony Brumfield, are very involved and hands-on and actually involved in every job. And in the middle of the night, whenever we get a call, an emergency call at 2 o'clock in the morning, then actually it goes to those guys' cell phone number. They are the on-call service, they are the hotline, and so they're the ones that actually respond immediately.
That's important for folks to know. It's also important for folks to know that no matter how small, how large the job, you can take care of them.
Exactly. We do everything from a high-rise, a large hotel with hundreds of units, to a single room in a home.
And you're concentrated in Horry and Georgetown counties. You're not spread out. It's all right here.
Right. We focus in Horry and Georgetown counties, and again, like I said, it's because the two owners are so involved and hands-on on every job. They like to say they like to go home at night, so that's why we concentrate in those two areas, and we're just looking to grow.
The owners are hands-on, and you're going to see that next, because we're going to meet with Steve in a house that was recently fire damaged, learn more about some tips in your house about preventing fire, and also getting a little bit of an education on mold mediation. That's coming up next. Welcome back, folks. I told you earlier we're going to give you some fire prevention tips, and no better person to do that than Steve Kahn, one of the owners of FSA. And we're actually standing in one of your clients' homes that actually had a fire tragedy. And in a case like this, what exactly do you all do, Steve?
Well, we'll come in and remove all the charred building materials, and they'll actually end up with new cabinets in here, new countertops, new stove. We'll come in and clean all the paintable surfaces. Everything will be cleaned, and we'll paint all the paintable surfaces.
We want to educate too. What actually happened with your client here? What not to do, maybe?
She was actually cooking on the stove and then stepped outside. And then when she came back in, she realized her pot was on fire, and she actually tried to carry it out the door. And that's not a good idea for a couple of reasons. She spread the fire, caused additional damage, and you can also receive third-degree burns by carrying something on fire.
Very dangerous. So anytime anything happens like that, obviously call 911.
Correct.
And so we've talked about fire. And you also do the water restoration as well.
Correct. We do commercial and residential.
No job too small, too large. And you visited with me earlier. One of the things I think you probably got to do the best part of your job is that you recently went to a client's home, and you can tell them the rest.
Oh, well, you were asking me about what I like about my job, and part of that is helping people. And we actually had a client who had a house fire. They had a citronella candle fall, catch their siding on fire, and went up into their attic and caused substantial damage. Well, I went out there the next day, and when I did, they were standing there not knowing which way to turn. And it was a relief to them when I walked in, explained who we are, what we can do, and help guide them in the right direction.
Obviously, fire can cause great damage to a home, but you mentioned water can do the same thing. So what are some of those steps that folks need to take to make sure their belongings are safe?
Well, one thing you need to do is have all your insurance information and all your personal contact information in one book, one binder where you can get if you need it. It's also good to back up your computer regularly, and if a lot of people are taking digital pictures, it's good to back those up and keep them off-site.
Steve, those were some great tips today. I hope you got an education. I sure did, because I found it's not mold mediation, but mold
remediation.
Yeah, they can answer all your questions too. Let them help you. As they say, count to 10 and count on the experts. Full steam ahead, Myrtle Beach.